Would you like to see what happens when I draw an Elf on a Shelf character and an Among Us Crewmate character, put them together, what it turns out to look like? Why don't you just watch? And make sure you watch this whole video, because I got some great Elf on a Shelf animations running all through this video. So you gotta watch the whole thing. So sit right down, get some popcorn, and watch it. It's not that long. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell, share it with a friend, and come back again. This is my second Among Us project, and since we're now in the Christmas season, I thought it would be the perfect time for me to use one of the characters that I use quite frequently in my classroom. My kindergartners through second graders are crazy about the Elf on a Shelf. I put them out right after the Thanksgiving holiday, and I move him daily, and sometimes they would walk by and peek in just to see where Elf on a Shelf is. Now, if you don't know about Elf on a Shelf, let me try to hip you to the history and a little bit of background on this character. Well, he was first created by Carol Abersol and her two daughters. This was a 50s era family tradition that started from an elf that they had in their household called Frisbee. And Elf on a Shelf is a scout for Santa. And he comes and he checks on the kids and make sure the kids are doing what they're supposed to do. And each night it says that Elf on a Shelf flies back to the North Pole to report to Santa on who's naughty and who's nice. And it's a great way to reinforce positive behavior, especially during those months in December when kids often get a little itchy or don't always make the best choices. You can have the Elf on a Shelf to say he's watching, make sure you're doing the right thing, because he's going to tell Santa. And you know, back from history, I remember my parents telling me that if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're going to get that lump of coal. You're not going to have anything under the tree. So anyway, Miss Abersol and her daughters sat down and they created a story. And they put together finances themselves and they tried to publish it. And it took 12 years before it actually really hit big. And when it hit big, stores all over from New York to California wanted to have copies of the Elf on a Shelf, which ends up being a book in a box and the actual elf himself. The books were selling all over the world in various languages, and the elves were in various ethnic backgrounds too. And now they've become a mainstay in many families, schools, art rooms. I don't know what I would do each year without having Elf on a Shelf. It's something that my kids look forward to, and it has become a tradition in Mr. Smith's art room for kids. Anyway, this video, I've taken the image of the elf and the image of a Among Us Crewmate character, the red one in particular, morphed them together And this is my idea of what the character would look like. Pointed hat, white pointed collar, and I've even added a red and white candy cane in his hand. He has the same kind of curls in his hair, but he still resembles the crewmate with the blue visor and the white reflection. I hope you enjoy my rendition of my Among Us Elf on a Shelf.